You shot straight, but you shot late. Holla at me. This is the Rundown Podcast.
I'm gonna give you the rundown.
You do not think he had any involvement in the murder of Tupac Shakur?
No.
None? He was not there?
No, I don't believe he's there.
He's a liar then? That the statements...
I would definitely say he's a liar.
Defense attorney Carl Arnold says we shouldn't believe what 60-year-old Dwayne Keffe D. Davis has to say about the shooting of Tupac Shakur.
He keeps repeating this, is that the whole thing is unfair. He feels that he had protection from his earlier statements that were made.
Those earlier statements to police in California who were investigating not the death of Shakur, but the death of Notorious B.I.G.
He didn't have any information but said, hey, let me try to, rehash this Tupac murder, give you some information that he heard on the streets, and he filled in the gaps as they were asking questions.
Arnold says Davis lied about his alleged involvement in Shakur's murder, saying he was in the shooter's car and handed him the gun. That eventually unraveled, according to Arnold, where those private statements to police turned into public interviews, paid interviews.
He's sitting over there, how come I didn't make any money on this? And now someone's presenting him with the opportunity to make some money, combined with, okay, he's looking at these are his last years of life. Let me tell my story.
So isn't it kind of stupid to do that and then get hit with a murder charge?
Yeah, it was really stupid. But then again, here's what he's thinking is, he already said all these things way back when.
Arnold says it's now up to prosecutors to prove Davis's own statements are true beyond a reasonable doubt. And as far as Arnold knows, there's no video or DNA evidence to prove that.
How do you defend those statements?
Again, there's no proof of that. That's the first thing.
So his own words you can't take for granted is what you're saying?
Correct. There has to be some type of corroboration. Anybody can say, well, I gave this person the gun and he shot Tupac.
So if he didn't do it, does he know who did?
No, he does not know who did.
And why should we trust Keffe D now?
You shouldn't trust Keffe D. You absolutely shouldn't. And that should be the thing that causes him to walk.
Arnold says he plans to subpoena Suge Knight for the trial. Knight is the only living witness and was driving the car Tupac was riding in. Arnold also says another witness we could hear from, Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Say man, hey man, it's OG Jucario. Now I'm back at you with another one. And Dwayne Keffe D. Davis is back in the headlines again, you guys. And now he has the money. He's telling the courts and the judge, hey, I have the $750,000, y'all, to post bond. That's right. And now Keffe D wants to post this bond to get out ahead of the Tupac trial, one of the biggest trials of the century, as they're saying. And I thought that was Young Thug's trial, but they're saying Keffe D's Tupac murder case trial is going to be one of the biggest ever. And now you have Keffe D wanting to post this $750,000 bond to get out and spend a little time with his family before things get bad for him and he possibly could spend time in prison for being accused of murdering and orchestrating Tupac's death. Wowzers. Yikes. So what's really going on here, you guys? Well, he was granted a bond a while back when he went to court, and now he's saying that he has the funds to actually go ahead and bond himself out, and they want to do an investigation to see where this money came from, because all of a sudden you have Keffe D wanting to pay this money to get out and get back on the streets. And of course he can't do any interviews or do any talking if he does in fact get out. But you have his lawyer who did that interview that you seen in that first beginning of the segment, and the lawyer was saying that, hey, we shouldn't trust what Keffe D says. He's a liar, right? He lied about everything. And he's saying that this could very well be what gets Keffe D off during this trial, and he won't have to go to prison because he made everything up. He's a liar, right? You shouldn't trust this guy or nothing he says. Well, a lot of people are saying, well, he's been telling these same stories for years, and he's been making money off interviews. And Keffe D is saying he's only repeating the things that he heard in the streets. And these books and everything that he said these things in are merely fiction, even though it was listed as a memoir, right? And these are supposed to be first-hand stories that Keffe D was telling that were put in these books under memoir, right? So who knows if he's really lying or not, or if he's just using this as a defense mechanism to try to get himself off on this whole Tupac murder, right? According to court records, Keffe D has secured the $750,000 necessary to post bond for potential release from a Las Vegas County jail. Court officials confirmed a company named eBail facilitated the bond required for Keffe D's release. In Keffe D's case, Nevada law mandates defendants to pay 15% of their bail to secure their freedom, which amounts to approximately $112,000. This fundamental aspect is central as the court deliberates Davis's supervision and future movements. Arrested in September last year, Keffe D stands accused of orchestrating the plot that led to the fatal shooting of Tupac Shakur. On the Las Vegas Strip is where all this occurred in 1996. Though police assert that he was not the trigger man, he admitted involvement in the planning the attack on Tupac, sealed his indictment and his arrest. The admitted gangster, who has pleaded not guilty to one count of murder with a deadly weapon, remains firm on his innocence, despite proclamations of his role in Tupac Shakur's death made in memoirs and multiple interviews. Keffe D maintained that he had no involvement. He claims that the accounts given in these were for entertainment purposes and financial gain and were never grounded in truth. The truthfulness of the content of the interviews was never verified, Davis's defense team noted. The book and interviews were done for entertainment and to make money from a situation that former LAPD detective Greg Kading and others had already profited from. Initially set for June, Keffe D's trial has been seen its date moved to November 4th due to various delays. The forthcoming bail hearing is on June 25th, and it will determine if Keffe D can await his trial outside in confines of jail. So, as we see and hear, Keffe D is trying to get off on this Tupac murder, and he's trying to spend some time with his family, obviously, outside the confines of jail by paying his $750,000 bail, right? So they're banking on this whole confessions that he allegedly made about being there that day in Las Vegas, Nevada, during and orchestrating the murder of Tupac, right? They're saying that was for entertainment purposes and financial gain, right? Keffe D is alleging this detective Greg Kading had already wrote a book and did a documentary and made money off this whole ordeal. So why can't I make money off this? It's for entertainment purposes and financial gain as well. So that's what Keffe D and his lawyer is banking on. Hopefully, that can get him off of the murder of Tupac Shakur. So y'all get in the comments section and let me know what y'all think about this entire ordeal. And until the next time, this is OG Jucario TV. Keep it locked. You're watching the Rundown Podcast. I appreciate everybody for spending with me. I appreciate all my subscribers for sliding with your boy every time. And say, hey man, keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button, and look, turn on post notification so we can slide whenever I get the drop. And you already know what it is, man. It's deeper than booty hair. And guess what? I'm gone.